Hey everybody, this is Dr. Mannie. Welcome to the Functional Practice Podcast. This is episode number 11. Today we're talking about this. The more people you meet and greet, the more people you treat.
Dr. Mannie's passion for functional medicine runs deep. His passion for functional medicine marketing runs even deeper. Over the past several years, Dr. Mannie has helped hundreds of doctors grow, scale, and monetize functional medicine in a big way. If you're ready to do just that, keep listening. If you want it faster, visit functionalmedicinemarketing.com. Here's Dr. Mannie.
All right, guys. So let's have a discussion. So when I was in chiropractic school back in 2000, 2004, kind of that 4-year stretch, I listened to a ton of Sigafus pretty much almost every day. I mean, we would grab the tapes from the library, copy them, and that's all I'd listen to. And I remember him saying over and over again, the more people you meet and greet, the more people you treat, right? So I had that in my brain all the time. So, and really the same is true, or can be applied towards a functional medicine practice. What I tell doctors to do is, get your foundation set. Pick a few niches that you want to dominate. Get your base, get the foundation of websites, get your videos done. Beyond that, now it's just, sometimes you just got to get out there and meet people. And, I had a colleague, another chiro, who graduated maybe a year after me or so. He set up shop and went from 0 to 1,000 visits per week in 9 months. So 0 to 1,000 in 9 months. What did he do? Had a kiosk at a mall. And everybody that walked by, he talked to him. Nobody would walk by and he would not talk to him. And it's everybody that stopped would pass by his kiosk. I was like, "Have you been checked yet? Have you been checked yet?" And you could do the same thing with functional medicine. When we used to do events and screenings and stuff, we do functional medicine screenings, but the theme is, have you been food tested yet? We used to do a lot of events for food testing, and because we were kind of leaning heavily on that. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago, but everybody that walked by our setup, I guess you'd say, have you been food tested? And we'd have these laminated sheets of sample reports, and people say, what the heck is this food testing? And we'd show them the list of symptoms that might be affected by by eating the wrong foods, essentially. So sometimes you just have to, I think in 2018 where we're at, it's like people oftentimes hide behind social media. They think all these new patients are going to come from Facebook, and they think it's going to come from YouTube and Google and Instagram, and sometimes that could be it can be misleading, so to speak. You can get basically trapped into the idea that, hey, I'm going to put some stuff on Facebook. I'm going to run some Facebook ads. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit behind a computer and build my practice. And it doesn't work that way. Okay. Yes, it can. You can do well. All right. A lot of times it's the starting point, but you got to keep going. You have to meet people. You have to do talks. You should be doing talks. You should be doing events, and just go back to the theme that Sigafus talked about. The more people you meet, the more people you treat. I'm not saying do BNI, networking, stuff like that. I don't do that anymore because it's so time consuming. Okay, your time is more valuable than your money. So yeah, I mean, you can go visit BNI, but to make that type of commitment where you're, it's an hour and a half every single week, I think there's a better use of your time than stuff like that. But you just got to get out to meet people. So I'm a big fan of workshops, internal talks, external talks, events, screenings. I used to do screenings at this gym called Lifetime Fitness. I had 3 of these gyms, and I would do screening, 8-hour screening, 6 times a month. So I had two gyms, 3 gyms, and I would do 2 screenings per month per gym. So that's like 6 events, 8 hours. And I would just stand out there, right, this mile vision, and everybody that would walk by, have you been checked yet? And we did fairly well with it, but understand that I believe these days it's a lot easier to build a functional medicine-based practice than it is a chiropractic practice, because you're not a commodity. And I've done other podcasts about that too, of making yourself unique, making yourself different, and doing stuff that not everybody else does. And that's why our average patient's probably driving 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes one way to get to us, because we're not doing, you can't find what we do on every single corner like you can chiropractic. If I take a walk from my office, I could probably walk to 4, 5, 6 chiropractors within 5-minute walk, right? So that when you become like that, when you do what everybody else does, then it's kind of the race to the bottom, lowest price wins. So you need to differentiate yourself and be unique and be different. And that's the beautiful thing about functional medicine, is that there's not a functional medicine practitioner on every corner. You are unique. Okay? You are providing services that not everybody else does. So many people are failed. Siggy was talking about that. So many people are failed by medicine and medical doctors and a variety of therapists, chemical cover-ups and that kind of stuff. People are just sick of the medical runaround, and you are the solution. Well, you should be the solution to the problem. A lot of times I'm the 6th, 7th, 8th doctor people have been to, and they're just sick of the runaround. They're on one medication after the next, and it's like, what the hell, nobody's digging to find the damn root cause of their health challenge. So it's up to you to kind of dig, find, and fix the root health challenges, right? So, but sometimes you got to get out and meet these people. You can't hide behind your computer, all right? So somebody's saying, hey, you can use Facebook, and because I see that all the time, hey, I got 80 new patients this month from Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, well, maybe. Good for you. I mean, are they, so my question to that would be, okay, you got 80 new patients, how many of them actually converted? How many are paying case fee? I mean, for me, Facebook is fine. I'm not going to, it's a pole in the water, but it cannot be your only pole. You better have multiple poles in the water. So for us, it's a lot of radio, it's Google, it's videos and YouTube and funnel domination all over page 1 of Google. And then I have networks with nutritionists and dietitians and personal trainers. I have a network of people that refer to me because I've tested these people. I've ate that first test. I've built that relationship with them. I've tested them for free. Now I get these referral sources coming in. So, and then you have patients, past and present, that are referring. They're bringing their kids to be tested, right? So you have to keep fishing. I mean, for us, radio is our number one source of new patients, but I hit 360,000 people twice a day. So, but understand too, radio is not for every market. I mean, if you're in New York City, forget about it. If you're in Los Angeles, forget about it. There's some markets where radio provides a pretty good ROI, and then there's other markets where it's just don't even bother calling a radio station because you know it's going to be outrageously expensive. So that's kind of my rant for the day, is just you got to set up events. You got to sometimes get out and meet people. Quit hiding behind your computer. I've got a lot of docs in my system, and I think a lot of them are pretty beat up, understandably so. I mean, marketing is not easy, so a lot of them are beat up. But I think it's a big reason why is that they've put all of their eggs in this Facebook bag. They were fed a lie, essentially, right? There's Facebook is, you need to put all your focus on Facebook, and then okay, boom, the algorithm changes, and now they're not showing your posts to hardly anybody, and now you got to pay to play, and now they're jacking up the price. So Facebook, 6 months ago, well, 6 months from now is going to be different than it is right now, and it was different a year ago than it is today. Like, my posts a year ago, if I put $30 into a post, I'd hit 3,000 people. That same $30 today is going to hit 100 people, right? So they're squashing out the little people. That's why I say you need to diversify your marketing efforts. Put multiple poles. Guys, I love doing dental talks. I love doing lunch and learns. And I just did a Facebook Live not too long ago where I talked about how we get into, I've done over 100 lunch talks at dental offices, and I bring them a CE credit. That's the big carrot that we dangle. So we bring them free lunch, we bring them a free CE credit, not to the dentist. This is where I'm talking hygienists and assistants. So we bring them 1 hour of CE, and exchange, I share my strategies of sensitivities, deficiencies, and toxicities. We talk about inflammation. We talk about all these health challenges. We talk about what's going on in healthcare right now in terms of the amount of sick people. We got 71% of the countries overweight or obese. We have an autoimmune epidemic. We have a gut dysfunction epidemic, leaky gut, leading to autoimmune conditions. We have an ADHD issue with all these kids that are consuming all these colors and dyes and high fructose corn syrup and preservatives, all this junk, this processed food and whatnot. And so Lunch talks are an awesome way to go. I do residual lunch talks at schools. I'm lined up with 3 universities, dental hygiene schools and dental assisting schools, where I go in every single, I think the hygiene one's twice a year. So I go in, I speak to, they have a turnover, the students turnover. So I go in and speak to a fresh 30 people every 6 months, right? So there's the students turnover. And so every time I turn over, I go in there and do my workshop. Same theme. I do the same talk everywhere I go. Sensitivities, deficiencies, and toxicities. I don't know if I can fix these 3 things. I'm going to help a lot of sick people get well. So don't think that, oh my gosh, schools, hey, they have money. Okay, these kids are living off of student loan. Their parents probably have money too. So don't think that they don't have money. Their parents might have money. And you'll run into a lot of people with gut issues. And hygienists, some of them might be, have weight struggles, but for the most part, they're a pretty healthy clan. But you're going to run into some other stuff. You might run into some autoimmune stuff. You might run into some migraine headaches. You might run into some chronic pain and inflammation, low back pain, right? You're going to see some just the wear and tear from school and sitting and hunched over at phones, and you get that idea. And you can even talk about the chiropractic side of things as well. And that's how I initially got into doing all these workshops, is that posture and ergonomics and sitting. And my mom was a hygienist for 30 years, and so she got us into these connections to these schools. But guys, these schools are always looking for guest speakers. So line up with some, do a search in your area for the dental hygiene schools, dental assisting schools, and hey, can I come in and share some information? I'll bring you free lunch, right? So do that. And I've done talks at real estate offices and insurance agencies, and I've done vet clinics. Wherever there's people to meet, go greet them. All right, go tell the story. And sometimes you just got to get out of, quit sitting behind your computer and send out some mailers. And if you ever want my mailer, I can just message me on Facebook or something, or email me, and I can get you my mailer. But I have an initial mailer that I send out, and we send it out on Monday. We follow up the following Monday. Say, hey, did you get our mailer? We'd love to have Dr. Mannie come out and do a workshop for you guys. We bring free lunch and a free CE credit. What day of the week typically works best for you guys? What day of the week works best for you guys? It's not a yes or no. It's like open-ended. It's not a would you be interested? Then you give them a chance to say no. It's like, wait, what day of the week works best? Okay, Tuesday or Thursday, right? So, all right, guys, I'm rambling. We're at 12 minutes here. So, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My goal is to help you guys scale, grow, and monetize a functional medicine-based cash practice. For more information about what we do, you can visit thefunctionalpractice.com. Our book is about to launch. I think we get the shipment here on Thursday. So you go to functionalpractice.com, click on Functional Practice Accelerator or Practice Accelerator. That's going to be our book, and that's a manual that is basically the blueprint of functional medicine marketing success. Yeah, we talk about some clinical stuff in it, but for the most part, it's the marketing strategies that we've used over the past 12 years or so to really grow and really monetize functional medicine. Because a lot of doctors they're awesome clinicians. You guys are better clinicians than I am. I guarantee you are. But the best clinician does not win. It's the best marketer that wins, right? So you got to fix your marketing. And sales, as GC talks about, Grant Cardone, sales. Well, Cuban talks about this too. Mark Cuban. Sales cures all. Right? If you can figure out your marketing and you can start closing case fees, that's going to fix a crap ton of problems. And a lot of doctors are having struggles right now, and sales fixes a lot of problems. Money fixes a lot of problems. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Functional Practice Podcast with Dr. Brandon Mannie. Please make sure to subscribe and share with other doctors. Also, make sure to connect with Dr. Mannie on Facebook and YouTube, or visit functionalmedicinemarketing.com.